Clemson wins even when they lose. What does this even mean? I'm going to talk about it in just a moment. Happy Monday to you. This is for in the future. It's July the 7th at about 11 o'clock. Before you know it, Clemson will be playing their season opener against LSU in the Valley, 7:30 on August the 30th. We'll be there before you know it. The season will be kicked off and so on. If you like talking Clemson football, I hope you'll join this channel. Hope you'll support it. Listen, it is free. You click that button, and that is all. I hope you'll pass it along to your friends and neighbors who love Clemson football. The other day, I met someone, talked Clemson football with him a good 45 minutes at a 4th of July party that I was at, and it was really good to talk Clemson football with someone who loves the Tigers. So if you know people like that, pass it along. Also, last but not least, before I dive into the topic of Clemson wins even when they lose, I posted a link below this video and also in the live chat here of my new channel called Another College Football Podcast, where I'm talking about college football as a whole. I've already broke down the ACC. I'm going to break down the SEC, talk about them, who's the real contenders, and, well, who's everyone else. So that video will be coming up this week. I hope you'll go over there and subscribe. It is free, and I do appreciate it. What does Clemson wins even when they lose? What does that mean? Well, let's go back to a time when things were not going well for Clemson over the past 3 or 4 years. And we know that timeline well. 2023 was not a good one, but let's go to 2021 and 2022. Now, both of these seasons, Clemson won 10 ball games, and one of those seasons won ACC championship. But with that said, Clemson had some quarterback issues. Clemson had some coaching issues, mostly coaching issues, but you can't overlook the quarterback issue that was going on. And I'm not ripping DJ here, but people have jokingly said that Dabo Sweeney got the most out of DJ, and that was impressive in itself. Again, I'm not talking bad about DJ. I'm just saying he performed his very best when he was wearing orange and white. So kudos to Dabo for doing that. Kudos to the people around him. But even in a place where they were losing, not doing as well as they could, not being that standard of excellence, Clemson still won. Let's talk about this past weekend. Clemson had a 5-star target, who, by the way, is cousins with 2 Clemson football players. And these, especially, they're just not any college football player that played at Clemson. Grady Jarrett. Grady Jarrett is the cousin of Bryce Perry Wright, the player who just committed to Texas A&M. I did a couple of videos on that. And by the way, A&M fans do not like me right now. I've been called salty, which, by the way, my response to one of them, I love salt. And when Clemson won the national championship in 16 and 18, I covered my celebration food in salt because I love it. I absolutely love it. But the idea with that video was I was letting them know, look, this guy called us the Dream School. And we know what happened. Just admit it. It was the money you're paying him. Don't blame him for taking it. Here, Clemson loses that recruit, but Clemson still has a top 10 recruiting class. Sure, we wish that Bryce Perry Wright would have made a different decision. Again, I wish him the very best. But Clemson still wins. Clemson still has a top 10 recruiting class. Let's talk about this upcoming season. This upcoming season has Clemson with still, in my opinion, an incomplete coaching staff. I think that Clemson could have better coaches on the sidelines. We've seen the impact of Matt Luke. We've seen the impact of Tom Allen, and he hasn't even coached the first game yet. We're hearing unbelievable reports coming out of practice. I know they're not practicing right now, but you know what I mean. The culture, the mindset, the approach, it's all changed. Even with an incomplete coaching staff, that could be better. Clemson is still winning. It just is what it is. Now, I'm not going to backtrack on the criticism that I've had for Sweeney many years ago. And even up till last year, I was irritated. I've publicly said what a lot of people would whisper around the man. At least I have enough respect to say it out loud in front of everyone instead of going to, I don't know, to a press conference, act like I'm his buddy, play the game so I can continue to interview him, but whisper behind his back. No, I said it out loud. The man is a winner. He is a grown man, and he should be able to handle worthwhile criticism. The worthwhile criticism is, while everyone in the media was criticizing the man about NIL and the transfer portal, it was the perfect timeline at about the time that stuff became a big issue, was about the time most of his championship winning position coaches were either taking jobs elsewhere or they were retiring. And he hired guys out of the goodness of his heart to give them a shot because he is the underdog. He was the underdog at Alabama. He's been an underdog most of his life. You want to give him a shot. That's very noble. Unfortunately, you cannot have a coaching staff full of first-timers. No matter where you're at and no matter what incredible accolades you've accomplished, you've reached, you've fulfilled, however you want to put it. I said he needs better coaches, and that will fix a lot of his problems. And we're starting to see that right now. Clemson has a chance to have the best football team in this coming season that they've had since a guy named Lawrence and a guy named Etienne were on the sidelines. Of course, there were several other players. T. Higgins. We could keep going. But the point is that Clemson has a winning tradition. Clemson has the ability right now, as long as Sweeney continues on this path of hiring coaches that are experts in their field, as long as Sweeney continues to work on this profit sharing or whatever you want to call it, that where the players will be paid across the board plus NIL, from my understanding. As long as he continues on this path, folks, you need to understand that Clemson will continue to win. But if, especially in the coaching department, he continues to bring in top-notch coaches, Clemson will win another national championship in the next 5 years. Now, I step back and I look at programs like Oregon. Oregon has a ton of money poured into it, and we know by who, the owner of Nike. They're a good football team, but they can't win a national championship. Clemson did. I ticked off Texas A&M fans because I said, hey, the only thing I'm trying to get you to admit is that it was the money that brought Bryce Perry right to College Station. Go ahead and admit it. I know you want to talk about the facilities and everything. I get it. Clemson's facilities, it's not like going to a middle school locker room. Sorry. I'm just sorry. And Texas A&M has had a ton of money for a long time. You know the last time they won a national championship? 1939. Elvis Presley was 4, and the world was just beginning to figure out that weird guy that's loud with the funny mustache over in Germany is not a good guy. That's how long ago it was. So, not knocking them, I just want them to admit you paid the guy. You paid him. It's really no other reasons than that. But Clemson has won a national championship, 2 in the past 9 years. No, I don't forget about 1981, but 2 in the past 9 years. The Tigers have won a national championship. So, though I'm not a guy who wants to look at the glass half empty or half full, my thought is, where's the pitcher? I want to fill it up to the top. That's my goal. That's my approach. It's aggressive. It means you're reaching high. It means there's a lot of expectation, and expectation is a good thing. It means that people realizes that you're competent. Pressure, as C.J. Stroud said, and I've quoted this several times on here and got it from my buddy from the college huddle, Eric Boggs. C.J. Stroud said, pressure is a privilege. Not everyone can be in this position, which means not everyone can handle the pressure. It is a privilege. True, it's uncomfortable. True, you may not meet expectations. True, you may fail. But that you're there, it says a lot about the individual. And Clemson has it. They have the brand. They have recent tradition, by the way. Recent tradition. They're one of the very few schools that you can say that in the past 10 years has won 2 national championships. And one of the few schools that you can say in the past 25 years or 30 or 40 years to win a national championship. Or, I mean, there's a lot of really good programs out there. Historical programs like Notre Dame, who has not smelled a national championship in almost 40 years. Could get to the championship game. Couldn't win it. Clemson has. Again, that does not mean that Clemson can do whatever and just fart around. No, I don't think that's competitive whatsoever. I don't think that's wise. You have momentum. Seize the moment. Momentum is hard to get back. Just ask Nebraska, a team who won at least 9 games for like 35 years or something. I mean, it's a crazy stat. Look at Florida State, a team that dominated, a team that had some of the best players to ever step on a college football field, who would go on to play in the NFL and do things that no one, for the most part, will ever do. They're struggling. Had one really good season, and it hasn't been good. Seize the moment, Clemson. Because you are in a place where even when you lose, you're still winning. Don't take that for granted. Continue to hire the best coaches available. Continue to learn from the errors of your ways. And I say this to Sweeney. I believe Sweeney has learned a lot. I did a video like 3 weeks ago that said something changed with him. Something happened. I don't know who got in his ear. I don't know who talked to him. I don't know if it was a combination of conversations, maybe things that he heard, maybe a little bit of all of the above. Something happened with that man. And he realized something. Remember, yes, he is a human being, but some of you need to hear it. Yes, he's a human being, and we do make mistakes. Also, human beings have to realize they made a mistake and then not double down, but turn. Remember, Sweeney said he wouldn't coach if college players were paid. Cade Klubnik's one of the highest paid NIL players in college sports. Dabo worked with the athletic department to push through this initiative to pay players across the board. He has changed. He's slow to change. Sometimes it irritates the crap out of me, but he has changed. Let's talk about the transfer portal. The running joke, spearheaded by me, of course, was that Dabo Sweeney would not bring anyone out of the transfer portal unless it was a quarterback that was dressing as a football player but was going to be a grad assistant. And I'm not making fun of those guys, but I'm talking about his approach to it. Well, this past year, yeah, he only took 3 players, and some people are like, you only took 3 players. Yeah, those 3 players will see significant minutes playing. There's no need to go get 15 to 20 players and only about 3 or 4 of them are worth putting on the field. The rest are liabilities. No, he went out and got some ballers to play for them. I'll take that, by the way. I'll take that any day, every day, all day. So what's the next move? And let me not forget, he had to accept that some of the hires that he made were not good. And what did he do? He's fired 2 former players already. Brandon Streeter and Thomas Austin, excuse me, not Travis, Thomas Austin. Now, I hate that for both of those guys, especially Thomas Austin, because his career was just getting kicked off. It hurt him. It set him back, probably set back Streeter. But Thomas Austin was a lot younger. But what did he do? He went out and got Matt Luke. What did he do when West didn't work out? He got one of the best defensive coordinators in all of college football. He's learning, folks. And I'm just giving you this prediction. As long as he stays on this route of correcting things that he realized he made a mistake, you give us 5 years, we'll have another national championship. We will have another national championship. And it just comes back to Clemson is at a place right now still. And this season's big and so on. I hope they prove a lot this season. They don't lay a golden turd, or else all of this is for naught. All of this would be a catastrophic failure, okay? But Clemson is still at the place that even when they lose, they still win. Let me get into the comment section. By the way, you see that link right there? Another college football podcast. I created that. I hope you'll go over there right now. Leave this video. If you haven't subscribed first to this channel, subscribe. Then go over there, subscribe to the channel. In a little over a week, I have 120 subscribers. I do appreciate it, folks. Go check that out. Chance up. Clemson loses even when they win. Great to see you here. Great to see you here. By the way, love your stadium. Been there multiple times. Enjoyed it. Glad you're in here talking trash. Intelligent Savage 629. Let's go. Let's still get it, Tigers. Good to see you, my old buddy. Good to see you, my friend. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello. Hello. Clemson Tiger Blake, money overjoyed. These kids will get paid well at Clemson. Not Texas money, but good money. If you make millions in college, wouldn't you lose a little incentive towards your NFL goal? Just a few years ago, A&M had an amazing recruiting class. Millions and millions paid to guys that never took a college snap and went nowhere. I know exactly where you're going with that, and that's what I was talking to Texas A&M about. Their return on investment as a whole for their football team. I'm talking about their football team. Now, these players, they're making bank. So they're going to get a good return on their investment in college. But the football team as a whole, I mean, again, I have no ill will towards A&M. I just want them to admit that they did what we know they did, and not lie to themselves and go, well, it's because of the facilities. And no, it's the money. It's the money. I like Mike Elko. By the way, I have a lot of respect for Mike Elko. But Elko is the only variable right now that's changing anything for them, because the money's always been there. Them playing in a big conference, that's been there for a very long time. Them getting big recruits because of whatever reason, that's been a long time. Mike Elko will be the difference if there is a difference. Now, I have a lot of respect for him. I think that he could do that, okay? But up until this point, and that's the big difference right now, but up until this point, all these other variables have been present in the equation, and the answer is still a loss. So it just is what it is. Another great show. Good to see you, Douglas Spencer. Good to see you. Jordan Jackson. Agree completely. We can fine-tune our position coaches to how the best college football has to offer. We have the engine transmission to win the race. Now put premium fuel and tires on it. I like that, Jordan Jackson. Thanks, man, for that really cool comment. I appreciate it. I think Doc's Nickel Fritz. I told my wife you have one of the funniest and one of my favorite profile names. I think he realized at the end of the day, he can't best serve the players if he isn't giving them the development that they deserve more than likely. Doubt he got pressed into changing. That's a good point. I hope so. I hope so. And at this point, I really don't, and I don't mean this rude towards you. I think you'll share this same sentiment. At this point, I don't care what happened. As long as that it has happened, it will continue to happen. But I am interested. Was there some conversations? It would be really interesting to hear that. Have 32 of you in here on the live stream. Hope there's 32 thumbs up. Hit the bell. Subscribe. It is free if you like what I'm doing. If you don't like what I'm doing, why are you even watching? Now, I wouldn't watch me. Unless you just dislike me so much and you're glutton for punishment. I hope you will subscribe. I'm glad you're here. Chance up. Shanta clears. It's Shantz. I'm sorry. Subscribe to another college football podcast. I appreciate it. I tell you this, I want to get someone on for Coastal Carolina. If you have some suggestions, Shantz up, let me know. I'd love to have them on and talk Chanticleer's football, because I had a really good time down there. Really liked the stadium, really liked hanging out down there. It's not a bad seat in the house. And I was down there in the Grayson McCall years. I was there. I saw Isaiah Likely play. And that was, I'm telling you, Clemson fans, if you missed out on that, you really did miss out. That was a really good football team. They're going through a tough time right now, but I really enjoyed it. Eric Wolf, love your channel and love how honest and real you are. My man, I appreciate it. It's not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people like to be lied to. I mean, they really do. A lot of people like to be lied to. They like for someone to tell them that everything's okay when it's not okay. And I just think not only is that dishonest, I think that you're selectively choosing to be stupid. And I don't know, but I appreciate that you like that. All right, folks, let me know in the comments section below the video. What are your thoughts? Are there's some other points you'd like to make to me, whether it's for or against my argument? I'd love to hear it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to both channels. If you have some ideas for the other channel that you'd like to see, send me a message, send me a comment. My email address is on the channel. You can email it. You can email it to me. Also, if there's some podcasters that you would love to have on and talk about, college football on another college football podcast, let me know. Quick hello. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you. Kevron Harris. Hi, Brian. It's good to see you, my man. Let me see. Phenomenized. People love echo chambers. Sure. And if the echo chamber is echoing the right thing, sure. Okay, that's fine. But a lot of times people just like to just close their eyes and not have to think. And so, yeah. All right. Well, folks, y'all take care of yourself. I hope you have a really good week. And as always, go Tigers.